some of the marketing changes that have been coming out in customer engagement. As release wave 1 is now available for folks to begin applying to their tenants. Marketing has made a number of changes to match it and make it better than some of its competitors out in the space. And we're going to go through some of those today. Email template designer updates, the customer journey toolbox, event management, and then we'll talk about FormsPro and how that's been embedded into marketing. So one of the things that irritated me with marketing to begin with when it first started was actually using the designer. It was very limited. It didn't allow you to do a number of things. And so I've thrown on here the top items that I felt were great changes. You can now drag to resize images when you put them in there. So you don't have to actually go back to your image editor and change them. You don't have to know how to change things in HTML. Like I don't know, it's a crazy idea that you would actually allow somebody to drag and resize an image when you place it into a template. Same thing is you couldn't actually put picture, and this should be picture or text over picture. They were actually stacked on one another. And again, why would you not allow that when you release an email designer? But they've repented for their sins, they've corrected it, now they can do that. The other thing is that previously using the Litmus software, you could do a preview. One, it took a long time to load. Two, it didn't necessarily render exactly like it would in a tablet or mobile view. And they have now fixed that, and doing the email preview for both the device and the inbox preview have been improved. And then the other thing is that they've created a number of new forms and templates. A lot of those are already pre-built with the subscription center, so all of those wonderful policy settings that you have to be able to provide. And they've updated the toolbox controls over on the right to make it a little easier to grab those and put them into your email designer. The next piece in the customer journey toolbox and some of the things that they've added in are that now you can put expiration dates on your email messages. So if you want to make sure that time-sensitive materials or making sure that information doesn't become out of date in what you want to send, you can actually say that I want to make sure that this email that we're using, this template, stops going out on this date. So that way, if somebody joins a segment late and for whatever reason you didn't match your dates up for how long the customer journey runs, the email will stop so that it's not sending out old information, and then all of those segment participants will be stuck in that in-processing flow portion of the customer journey. And then the other thing, you'll notice that there are some new items that have been added to the toolbox. We'll talk about FormsPro a little bit later, but then the other one down in the bottom of the screen is that you can now actually use custom content controls. So this is anything that if you've worked with your designers or you want to have your own custom buttons beyond what you have available in the toolbox, you are now able to embed your own custom controls. These can be things that point to Power Apps. They can be things that point to guest shared web parts, Teams links. So very cool functionality, does require some deeper technical knowledge, but does allow you to have a more interactive both customer journey and potentially your content of how you want to track things. Okay, one item that I don't know how many people have actually understood or come to leverage, but the event management capabilities in D365 for marketing are actually pretty robust. They do rival things around what Cvent does and some of these other larger platforms that manage events. And they've done it in a way that now you're building on the power of your sales CRM, where you have all of your contacts and your leads. So some of the things that are nice is that they have already pre-built a number of registration forms. So when you create an event, it's already going to associate an event registration form capture for you. And so it'll link that to there. So now when you launch your landing page, you have your registration form built. Same thing with agendas. As you build out your agenda and your sessions and you link all of those, once you save them and say, hey, it's ready to go live, it automatically adds that out to your event page. Other thing is it will generate QR scanning. So once you've got everybody registered, there's now a unique QR for that attendee. When they show up to events, you can use the Dynamics app and the camera capability, scan their QR code, and it will automatically check them into either that event or that session. So it will generate for each one. And then lastly, some of the things that we don't truly appreciate those that put on events, but all the guest logistics, the room coordination, who's in charge of a room, how many hotel rooms did we get at this, hotel? What about this other hotel? Who's checked in there? What are their special needs? There are a number of things that D365 Event Management has accommodated and put together in this tool that I think are extremely powerful, and I'm looking forward to using this for our event this year. Okay. And now the FormsPro piece. So one thing that I'll call out is both in the email designer and in the flow, you're able to call or embed native FormsPro surveys. So this is where surveys can be attached and associated to your email templates. They can be used as segment definitions, meaning people that have filled out this form this way, it's now in the segment designer. So now you have a broader data set to be able to define the people that you want to target messages to. And then the other thing is that survey responses will go back into the results of your customer journey and become trigger points. So based on the results of a survey, you could say, oh, send them down this path in my marketing automation, or send them down this other if they answered a different way. So very powerful stuff that Microsoft's now embedded with FormsPro and D365 for marketing.